Okay, I'm back. And as you can see, we're in the update. Oh, can you not do this, please? Honestly. Please. Stop this right now. Don't even think about it. Pick up speed. Why? Why do you have to do this? See? Now it's fine. So, yeah. As you can see, we're in the new update. We've got some actual story stuff to do. So, but first things first, let's get rid of all these marks and then we can get to it. So yes, then yes, I would happily take those. Thank you. Let's check down here. Kind of a little view of what's new. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, so we're going to be having that too. Alright, which I can do after the main bit of the story. That'll be fun too. Getting a new march. And then we've got trash cans. As I've heard, the trash event. Why does there have to be a trash event? Hey, why? Ah, we actually get... Yay, we always get this anyway. So that's good. Ah, everything's here. Well, that's... so, yeah, this is what... Yeah, that's what we're doing. Then we've got that afterwards. At some point. I don't know. I will do them, but... I haven't heard good things about her anyway. And now, obviously, got to complete the main story first. And yeah, I still have that to do in my own time. So, yeah. And the mark still hasn't gone yet. And it's just because of that. Fine. Have it your way. Okay, so we've got that. I still don't have enough for standard stuff yet. Is there really a point? I don't know. Yeah. Databank. Huh. I didn't know I had these complete or enough stuff there. Huh. So, oh, that's just new stuff. Just three new enemies, light cones and characters. That's it. Yeah. All right, and that will be done when that's done, and yeah. All right. Back to the express, and we can see where we're going from here. Which, yeah, should be good. I hope. Better be. Wait. Oh, it's the radio.
Phew.
What's up, Pom-Pom?
Just got a message from the Xianzhou Luofu. Looks like it'll conflict with our original schedule.
What do they want? Even though basically, as like I said, Hoyoverse has, well, how many times have they done this now? They made something, then tried to change it, and then forget all about it, and then try and mend it afterwards to what they originally thought of. Like, as I said with Firefly, they had her as a character affected with an illness that she could only survive outside of the dreamscape in a medical suit. Then when we had flashback, she was in her normal look, nothing wrong with her, not a medical suit. And then they tried to fix it by making her a Clement Knight, right? Which also they implant a disease or an illness into their soldiers to make sure they don't betray. But yeah, now she has to deal with it. So yeah, they try to mend it so it fits the narrative for what they had at the beginning. But that doesn't make sense. And this is also the same thing. Because, yeah, when we first went to the Luofu, that was fine. Nothing was happening. Dan Heng didn't want to come here because he had a prior past here. And he was banished from the Luofu. So that's why he didn't want to come in. It was a whole story about Dan Heng. Within that, we found about Sanctus Medicus and what they're planning. Followers of the Abundance Archon. Is that Yasha? Or is that Away? Yeah, it's Yasha. Which we still technically have that to go into. We also found out that Stellaron was also on the Luofu, which was planted underneath the tree. We never solved that. And then at the very end, Locha went up to the general and was saying, yes, I might be a follower of the Abundance, but I still hate Yasha. And then bring in Jing Liu. Where the hell did that go? Why aren't we doing anything with that? And now this is a whole fighting tournament, which it's not like mending it, it's forgetting all about what previously they had. But enough about that.
It's been a while, my friends on the Astral Express. How's your trailblazing expedition going?
Yeah, and how's Sanctus Medicus going on?
Soon, the Xianzhou Luofu will be holding the Luminary War Dance. Those who have aided the Luofu in overcoming the crisis are cherished allies of the Xianzhou. Thus, on behalf of the Seat of Divine Foresight, I'm extending an invitation to attend the ceremony. Your presence would be greatly appreciated.
Well, things are getting lively. We've barely recovered from the family's Charmony Festival, and we're already being invited to another special event.
Yeah. They're still trying to sweep everything that happened over there under the rug.
Why not think about it this way? Our trailblazing expeditions are turning into blast expeditions, where we eat, drink, and play wherever we go.
Oh, March.
Blast? Expedition? Yeah, wherever we go, we eat, play, and have a blast.
Or you could just say have fun.
So we should leave March behind to take care of the express?
Hey, that's not what I meant. I'm all for some fun. I just hope there won't be any surprise party crashers, like Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, she is no good with names.
The Xianzhou Luofu has recently overcome a crisis. By holding the war dance, they're demonstrating to everyone that they've returned to a state of peace and safety.
Yeah, but what happened to the Stellaron that was brought aboard? Was that even dealt with? No, I don't think it was. We were supposed to do something, but then we got swept into Sanctus Medicus. And then the whole thing with Don Hung being going back through his incarnation. I don't know. Whatever it was.
But that's what everyone said before we went to Penacony. You'll be totally safe under the family's protection.
True, that was said.
No need to worry. The war dance is not like the Charmony Festival with all its hidden secrets. It's just a festival to honor the Rainbow Arbiter and the Cloud Knights, who fought against the abominations of abundance and protected the Xianzhou ships.
Yeah. That abomination is still there.
Aside from Starskiff performances, it's mostly martial contests. Nothing too different from the Taiki and Roboball contest we've seen before.
What do you think, Himiko? Since we've accepted Miss Black Swan's proposal, we should probably head to Amphorius for refueling.
There's certainly no rush. This trailblazing expedition is quite unique, and the Express needs to be fully stocked and prepared before moving on to the next stop.
So, yeah.
With Madame Herta's help, I was planning to deliver some Leviathan fossils from Kalinga Abyss to Ron May, member 81 of the Genius Society. It could earn us some favors before we set off. However, it may take a few weeks.
So, she wants brownie points.
Aw, so that means we're not going to the Luofu.
Being an adult means maintaining relationships, whether we like it or not, Marge. Since we've been invited, it's only right for the Astral Express to attend the ceremony. So, here's the plan. Pom Pom will take everyone to the Xianzhou Luofu. Mr. Yang and I will meet up with Ron May and fulfill our promise. Meanwhile, you, March, and Don Hung will represent the Express and attend the war dance.
What do you two think?
Yeah. No, I don't want to play with Leviathan fossils.
I don't hear any objections.
Now that everyone's on board with the plan, it's time to warp to the Xianzhou Luofu.
Alright. So, let's, march.
Himiko really knows how to convince people. Between Leviathan fossils and the war dance, the latter definitely sounds more fun. By the way, Don Hung, this time you'll be taking a stroll with us on the Luofu, right?
Well, he's a guest now. He's allowed to go on it.
And just let you two wander around aimlessly on the Luofu by yourselves? I don't think so.
Why? It will be fun.
Plus, Mr. Yang is right. The Ambrosial Arbor crisis just ended, and both the long life and short life species are still feeling uneasy. And that's why Jing Yuan wants to organize the war dance, to show that the Xianzhou Luofu is stable and safe.
With Sanctus Medicus lurking in the background. Somewhere.
And since he has extended an invitation, it's only right that I visit my old friend.
I'm gonna keep bringing that up until we actually go back to Luofu, deal with the Yasha, or can go in that direction. We get the Path of Abundance, and as our people have said, the real Tin Young is...
Coming back to this place brings back so many memories, you know?
is probably still out there, which I'd probably say she's gonna die, as a lot of people said, I think. But at that moment, she's basically with us. We get the Path of Abundance to revive her. That is how I see it going. Because we do know the real Tin Young is still out there. But just don't know if she's going to be a 5-star or still a 4-star. As like Vantilia made her out to be. Which technically we're using that version. So, yeah.
Hey, I'm not actually gonna recite a poem. I was just thinking about all the twists and turns we went through when we first arrived on the Xianzhou.
Yeah, and it's not fully covered yet.
This time we're not being forced or enticed or chasing after wanted criminals. And we didn't have to sneak in through the cargo dock. This trip has been incredibly smooth.
For once.
Quite unusual, I must say.
I agree.
Okay, just got the star skiff. Yeah. Wait, that was it?
Is the Starskip Haven always this crowded? Oh, there's so many people here. I can barely hear anything.
Yanqing said General Jing Yuan sent him to welcome us. But where is he?
Let's wait for him in front of the loom. It's the most prominent landmark on the dock.
Alright, let's do that.
Hey, you guys! Hold on a moment.
Oh, hi little girl.
Did they just call us? Look at their outfits. They're from Penacony, right?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Xianzhou Luofu?
We know a little bit about it. What do you need?
We are from Penacony. Maybe you've heard of it. We came to this ship to gather interesting materials for making dream bubbles.
Oh, we just left there. Oh, talk about coincidence.
That's great. Do you know any must-see attractions on the Luofu?
You come to the right people.
Exactly. We're Xianzhou experts. Most of the tourists around at the moment are here to attend the war dance. And that's why we're here too.
Yeah, we know about that ceremony. But isn't the fighting ring still closed?
I've heard the ring was actually converted from a huge decommissioned Luofu fighter jet.
I didn't know.
The radiant feldspar is bigger, I guess.
But for now, all we can do is wait until the war dance starts in a few weeks before we can board it. We've still got work to do, so we can't just sit around waiting for it to start. That's why we're asking you about some must-see attractions.
We're looking for unique experiences that you won't find on Penacony. Our clients love these kinds of dream bubbles the most.
You're the expert here. Give them some suggestions.
Hey, why me? Well, Aramali is a good place to start.
Good idea. The everyday vibe of the Aurum Alley is a rare find on the planet of festivities.
Everyday vibe. Yeah, our clients have had their fair share of adrenaline-pumping dreamscapes. Maybe something down to earth would touch their hearts.
Thanks for the suggestion. We'll head to the Aurum Alley to gather materials. Maybe we'll run into each other there in a couple of days.
Oh, so is it something that we're going to have to follow them around? Keep sending them to multiple places?
Look, Yanqing's here.
Wow, really? Let's go catch up with him.
Alright.
There you are. Everyone, this way.
Have you finished talking yet? Good.
Hey, everyone. It's been a while.
A little bit.
Well, it doesn't feel like it's been that long since we last saw you. But, Yanqing, are you...
In puberty? No.
What's up, Miss March?
I don't know. I'm just... same stupid stuff.
They say kids grow up really fast. Yanqing, are you a little bit taller than before?
We've only been away for a few months.
Really? The General is always worried I won't grow much taller. But I keep telling him not to worry about it. Sorry for the delay. With the upcoming war dance and the Starskiff Haven being so busy, things are a little hectic.
Seriously, I've never seen the Luofu so lively before.
I was a bit worried that holding the war dance right after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis might be too soon. But seeing the bustling Starskiff Haven, I understand why General Jing Yuan chose this timing.
Yeah, I'm still not sure.
Yep. There's people from other delves and travelers like you three who have come from afar. With the war dance coming up, there's a huge number of visitors pouring into the Starskiff Haven. The Cloud Knights are working hard to keep the security tight. The General said this ceremony would help the Xianzhou Luofu recover from the crisis. It's a way to showcase our martial spirit, reassure people, boost morale, and attract visitors from other planets to promote trade and peace. By the way, the Xianzhou Alliance places great importance on this ceremony too. The Xianzhou ships, the Zhuming and the Yaoqing, have both sent messengers to offer their blessings. Yeah, I wonder if you've heard of it. It's known as the Star Forge, and it's responsible for providing more than half of the Cloud Knights' armaments. The Xianzhou Zhuming boasts skilled craftsmasters, and General Huayan is a top-notch craftsman himself. If only I could get a sword forged by him, I'd be on Cloud 9.
By the way, Yanqing, where are we headed next?
I'm sorry for talking your ear off. The General wants to catch up with you at the Palace of Astrum. He's been eager to hear about how the Express has been doing.
And... I don't know, didn't we summon him to the Dreamscape? Not too long ago. To help beat Sunday.
It's funny how he tries to act all mature, but whenever it comes to something he's interested in, you can really see his childish side.
I agree.
All units, assemble quickly! Get ready to protect the crowd!
Oh.
I just mentioned security, and now all of a sudden something's gone wrong. Excuse me, I need to go check out the situation.
Some entertainment. You jinxed us!
We'll go with you.
Protect the civilians. I'll deal with him.
I'm trying to act all smug in front of my friends. Ish. Whatever.
Borison? Why are there Borison here? This ends now.
Yeah. You do it.
Unity. All will be swept away by the wind.
Autoplay.
Let the
The
show
best way to
begin.
do it. Especially when you want to do things quick.
Until everything burns to ashes!
See?
Not good. Thanks for the help.
Sorry, no time to chat. Could you give me back my...
I'm a thief.
Wait, my sword! Let's just get down to business first. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we'll have to put our plans on hold for now. I need to find out what's going on.
And the thief who took my sword. Oh.
While we appreciate your rescue, my Xianzhou friends, don't you think it's a bit too much to detain us and our cargo?
Sorry, but we've been ordered to detain you and your cargo for inspection until we figure out the source of the attack. Once we're done with the formalities, we'll let you and your cargo go.
Oh, but this shipment isn't even meant for the Luofu, and it's IPC's patented technology. Who do you think you are to conduct an inspection?
The security on the Luofu.
According to the protocol, all cargo arriving on the Luofu must go through inspection.
Oh, but we didn't officially enter your dock at all. We just sought refuge in your dock because we were attacked by the Borisons.
Looks like this argument could go on forever. Let's not get involved in a heated dispute that won't lead to a resolution.
So how many of these have you dealt with?
Well, how dare you detain our ship? Who do you think you are?
Nah, that was it. Yeah, alright, let's go.
Who's in charge here? I need some answers.
It's my fault. We let our guard down for a moment. I take full responsibility.
With the war dance approaching, safety should be a top priority. Now, tell me, how did Borison prisoners end up in Starskiff Haven? According to the protocol, Borison prisoners should be held on a starskiff and taken directly to the shackling prison under strict supervision without ever touching the ground. Who allowed a prisoner transport ship to dock at the passenger terminal?
Hey, who?
Please don't blame this captain. This incident involves the Zhu Ming's diplomatic vessel.
Who are you?
I'm Lu Jun, an officer of the Patrol Defense Squad. Thank you for your help, Lieutenant Yanqing. The situation unfolded rapidly, and it shouldn't be held against the captain. Here's what happened. An IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borison just before arriving, and the Juming's diplomatic vessel came to the rescue. They fought off the Borison pirates and imprisoned them on their ship.
So, an IPC ship was attacked by the Borison near the Luofu, and the Juming envoys saved them? This sounds complicated.
Honestly, it gives me a headache too. The Juming diplomatic ship, adhering to standard procedure, docked at the passenger terminal to hand these criminals over to the Luofu. You know, with all the outsiders flooding onto the Luofu, the Starskiff lanes are under immense pressure. The Borison desperados decided to put up a fight before the prisoner transport Starskiff could get there. And that's what you just witnessed.
We'll make sure these prisoners are sent to the shackling prison as soon as possible.
I see. It's an unusual situation indeed. I'll report it to the security department of the Realm Keeping Commission and ask for their cooperation in handling the aftermath. Maybe I should gather more details from others so that the Seat of Divine Foresight can have a better understanding of the situation.
Oh, you look much maturer now, Yanqing.
Please don't tease me, Miss March. The situation on the Xianzhou before the war dance is like a calm lake that can be disturbed by even the smallest pebble, capable of generating far-reaching ripples with even the slightest disturbance.
Sanctus Medicus! War against the abundance! War against Xianzhou! Anything can set it off, right? How about either of those two?
What are those people? I mean, those monsters we just dealt with?
Yeah, those werewolf monsters are known as Borison. They're abominations of abundance, and we've been fighting them for a very long time.
So these basically like minions of Sanctus Medicus or something. Yeah, I know, I'm gonna keep bringing that up because we haven't dealt with them yet. Fully. We basically met the person who's technically leading them, but then they went off in their own direction as we went to something else. Never resolved. I'm gonna keep bringing it up until it actually is. Which I have no idea how long that's gonna take for Hoyoverse to get back to it.
The Borison have been a powerful force for a long time, plundering and enslaving many worlds. The threat they pose is just as terrible as the Swarm disaster, and the Alliance even had a fierce war with them 3 decades ago.
Do you think they teamed up with Sanctus Medicus?
Their presence has faded over the years, but who would have thought?
According to that officer, they attacked an IPC ship near the Xianzhou Luofu. Such a brazen attack seems quite unusual to me.
Yeah, that's what I find strange too. It seems like the IPC and the Borison have some serious grudges. Well, enough with the chit-chat. The General wants me to take you to the Palace of Astrum. I'd love to chit-chat a little longer, but there are some things that can't be left unchecked.
Okay.
Is it a serious matter? Maybe you'll need our help in hunting down the Borison?
Thank you, but it's no big deal. By the way, that young lady who just appeared, she took my sword. I'm thinking of filing a lost property report at the Realm Keeping Commission to see if I can get it back.
She's a thief!
I doubt she did it on purpose. Perhaps she's around here somewhere. Shouldn't we take a look?
All right, let's not keep the General waiting.
Don't worry. There aren't many people out there with that kind of talent. It shouldn't be too hard to find her.
There sure are a lot of troublemakers around.
What are you getting at? Ooh. I have no idea what that was about, but...
Success and failure are predetermined.
Yeah. Alright.
How time flies.
Now, time to go see the General. And hopefully...
It's been a long journey, Elder Hwai. Thank you for your presence.
Don't mention it. Thank you for taking the time to welcome me.
Hey, General.
General, I brought our guests from the Express. Oh, I'm sorry for my bad timing. I didn't know you were meeting a guest, General.
Don't worry, you're just in time. It's been a while, my friends from the Astral Express.
Okay, yeah, since we met, but not since you've actually known where we were. You showed up in a dreamscape. When we summoned you.
Oh. Well, it's an honor to be in your dreams, my friend. Allow me to introduce you to General Hwai Yin. He's the Arbiter General of the Xianzhou Zhuming, known as the Flaming Heart.
Wait, so... Did going off by that comment mean that the General doesn't know anything about what happened to the dreamscape? Then... Yeah, we summoned the force of the Luofu to us to help beat Sunday, so... What the hell's going on? Can someone explain? I'm waiting.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a tourist here, no different from other tourists who've come to attend the ceremony.
Elder Hwai Yin is not only one of the Arbiter Generals, but also the Furnace Master of the Artisanship Commission. Besides his martial skills, he excels in forging various weapons. Such talents are unique, even among the Arbiter Generals.
Be it Arbiter General or Furnace Master, these are merely titles given to me long ago. I've retired several times already, but with the current change in circumstances, the Marshal has called me back to duty, and I had no choice but to answer the call.
Yeah you do, don't you?
Well, in the end, I'm to blame. Living such a long life naturally brings its share of disapproval.
Okay, so probably yes, he doesn't have a choice, but he would if he had an apprentice, right?
It's an honor to meet you, General Hwai Yin.
It's my honor to meet you, General Hwai Yin.
A little bit late, March.
No need to be all formal. Today I'm just a guest on the Luofu, same as all of you. So, these three are the ones you mentioned, Jingyuin? The heroes who helped you with the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Indeed. There's Dan Heng, March 7th, and her. Without their help, I'm afraid the Luofu might not have easily overcome this crisis.
So, the Imbibitor Lune's reincarnation has returned to the Luofu and will attend the war dance. I'd love to have a drink with you, should the chance present itself.
You're more than welcome, General Huaiyan.
And this young friend is?
Yanqing, my apprentice. He remains by my side as my retainer due to his youth, which I hope will season him with experience. He will stand for the Luofu's Cloud Knights in the upcoming war dance, ready to take on all kinds of challenges.
Oh, has he actually seen her over there yet?
Great, great! It's a real treat to see so many talented young people around here today. Oh, I almost forgot. This is my apprentice, Yun Li.
The sword thief!
It's you!
Oh, it's you. Hello.
Oh, you two already know each other? Guess we don't need any introductions, then.
What a coincidence! I was afraid I'd have trouble finding this girl.
Oh? Now you've piqued my curiosity. Tell me, how did you two become acquainted?
She helped me capture the escaped Borisin prisoners at the Starskip Haven. Allow me to express my gratitude for you. But when you left, you took my flying sword with you.
Your flying sword? Oh, so that's why I found a dagger in my bag. Turns out it's yours.
How was it in your bag when you picked it up with your hand? You picked it up, looked at it, and then ran off with it in your hand. How did it end up in your bag?
Yes, it is. Now that we've met again, I hope...
Or is she just very forgetful?
Nope, that won't do.
Won't do?
You want your sword back, right? Well, you can't just take it back. On the Juming, when you lose your sword on the battlefield, you have to reclaim it on the battlefield. As for this little sword, it was supposed to strike that escaped Borisin prisoner. But unfortunately, its owner's agitated state caused it to fly off like a kite with a broken string, and it missed its target. By the way, if I hadn't caught it and helped it hit its mark, that Borisin prisoner would have gotten away.
Hold on a sec, Yun Li. You took my sword without even asking, and now you're refusing to give it back?
So much for Luofu swordmasters.
What did you just say?
If you just stepped up and took your sword back from me fair and square, I would have totally respected you. But nope, you tried to play it down, expecting me to just hand it back to you like it's nothing. In front of everyone. With all due respect, you don't honor your sword, so you don't deserve it.
Hasn't anyone told you that taking without asking is stealing? If you want to settle this with swords, fine. Let's have a one-on-one duel right now.
Yanqing.
Well, that's more like it. Just be careful. Because I'm not as easy to handle as the Borisin.
You two, be quiet and apologize to Yanqing.
Hey! Whose side are you on, Grandpa?
I don't take sides.
I'm on my own.
It's a small misunderstanding, and an apology would be too much. I've heard about the Zhu Ming's incredible swordplay and craftsmanship. Most notably, the legendary Flame Wheel Octet. Seeing Miss Yun Li, who is among those ranks today, well, I must say she definitely has that fiery edge.
Such grandiose names. Some folks love to spin these fancy titles, trying to set the Cloud Knights apart. Yoon Lee is still just a young girl, a bit awkward and hot-tempered. So please forgive her if she's being rude.
Well, everyone, Elder Huayan and I have some business to discuss. For now, Yang Qing, why don't you entertain our guests and take Miss Yoon Lee to the inn? I'll find another chance to talk with you all. I'd like to express my gratitude to the Astral Express for helping the Luofu during the crisis.
That's so kind of you. I mean, you've already thanked us so many times.
Please forgive me for coming at an inconvenient time.
You needn't apologize, General Huayan.
All right, Yoon Lee. Take this opportunity to clear things up with Yanqing.
Yeah. It's better to make friends than enemies. But I won't be heading to the inn just yet. I want to visit Lingsha. She just arrived in the Luofu and could use some help settling in.
Yang Qing, once you've helped our guests get settled, go to the Artisanship Commission for me. I've heard about the attack and the detainment of the IPC ship. Xianzhou sent word that the IPC members are protesting and wish to have their cargo back. See if you can calm them down. Don't get aggressive. Just make it clear that the Xianzhou Luofu has no intention of violating their rights.
Why? Is he normally aggressive?
I'm on it.
Alright, so.
This trip is totally worth it. Compared to the Juming, the Luofu is so much livelier.
Oh yeah, probably more people.
But it's a shame the Luofu swordmasters don't seem that great. That's how outsiders refer to my peers in the Juming Cloud Knights and the Artisanship Commission. We all train under Grandpa's guidance, learning the art of craftsmanship and swordplay. That's how we got that title, I guess. Just don't mention it in front of Grandpa. He always says that empty titles bring pointless challenges and conflicts. We Juming swordmasters pride ourselves on the success of the group over the individual. Glad to meet you too. Are you here to participate in the war dance? Of course. To honor martial arts, the Cloud Knight's ring is always open to outsiders. If you can defeat the ringmaster selected by the Xianzhou, you'll not only win rewards and prizes, but also be making a name for yourself. Sounds tempting, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
I have some things to do. Besides, little Yanqing doesn't seem too happy about me tagging along. Yeah, you're right. I took it with my skills. So I guess you can say I'm a robber or something. How dare he imply I'm a thief? Totally different.
A robber is a thief.
Besides, the sword seems scared of its own master. I'd like to ask him. You claim to cherish your sword as your life, yet you don't even recognize the state it's in right now? I didn't intend to keep his sword. I was planning to take this chance to return it to him. But now, I've changed my mind. I'll give that poor flying sword some proper maintenance. I won't consider returning the sword unless he learns how to say please, hello, thank you, and sorry. So he can forget about it for now.
And there she goes.
I'm sorry for Yang Qing's rudeness.
Not at all. Taunted by Yun Li like that, even a training dummy would be angry. You've taught your apprentice well. If it were me in my younger days, I'm afraid I'd have drawn my sword and fought. Yan Qing can understand your concerns. On the other hand, Yun Li is still a naive girl who's only interested in swordplay. Honestly, I brought her here to participate in the war dance because I want to broaden her horizons.
Alright, you do that.
Hey, Don Hung. I thought all the Xianzhou generals were like Jing Yuan. But that General Huaiyan, he looks so thin and scraggy, as if even a light breeze would knock him over. Is that old man really an Arbiter General?
Well, each Xianzhou ship has its own division and specialty within the Alliance. Not all of the Arbiter Generals are good at leading the charge. You heard what Jing Yuan said, right? General Huaiyan was once the head of all the skilled craftsmen on the Zhuming.
Don't you find it strange? Do Xianzhou people age? I rarely see any old people on the Xianzhou ship. And when I do, they're usually travelers. But General Huaiyan looks like an ordinary old grandpa. Is he really a Xianzhou general?
Good question. He's right there. So why don't you ask him yourself?
Nah, I'd like to live a little longer.
Aw, March, you wimp.
We should leave. General Jing Yuan asked Yan Qing to entertain us, so obviously, he has important matters to discuss. Let's not waste any time here.
Alright, fine. Let's go.
This is the report Xianzhou just sent me. Let me take a look. Looks like the General has given me a tough challenge. He wants me to try and help put the IPC's mind at ease.
How you gonna do that?
Well, it's not exactly a test. As Cloud Knight officers, we not only learn the art of war and martial arts, but also occasionally have to handle diplomatic disputes. It's just, you know, talking things out isn't as straightforward as duking it out with weapons on the battlefield. This is especially true when you're up against the IPC, with their non-stop corporate babble. Well, let's not worry about that for now. Shall I take you to the inn?
Yeah, let's go.
It is the Luofu's honor to have you in attendance at the war dance. Yet, the fact that a simple martial arts ceremony has attracted esteemed generals from the Zhu Ming and the Yao Qing implies intentions beyond mere spectating. Might there be any specific instructions from the Marshal?
You're overthinking it, Jing Yuan. As I said, I'm here to broaden my granddaughter's horizons. I have no ulterior motives. However, I have no clue what the Yao Qing Arbiter General has in mind. Do you remember when you accepted this position? I told you that an Arbiter General's battlefield goes beyond the physical one. You'll need to lead and manage everything on the Xianzhou. The title of Arbiter General holds a weight far greater than its literal meaning. So many years have passed, and you've done well. However, longevity for the Xianzhou people can be a curse. Living too long means that every mistake you made will lurk in the shadows. And one day, they'll eventually catch up to you. The Marshal knows everything that has happened on the Luofu. As for the Merlin's Claw of the Yaoqing, she has come specifically for you.
Ooh. Wait.
Speaking of which, why hasn't she arrived yet? They say the Merlin's Claw strikes like lightning. Being late isn't her style.
That's not true, General Huaiyan. She's been here a while, but I'm sure you've heard of her unbridled nature.
As soon as she disembarked from the star skiff, she mentioned having something to attend to, and simply disappeared.
You must be the messengers from the Xianzhou Yaoqing, I assume.
We are Jiaoqiu and Moza, retainers of the Merlin's Claw. It's an honor to meet you in person, Arbiter Generals.
Now this is interesting. A guest who doesn't come to visit but sends a message instead. What does she mean? Tell me, what could be more important to her than coming here?
Master heard about a spectacular view in Scale Gorge Waterscape. I believe she went there to enjoy it.
A spectacular view? Ha! Did you hear that, Jingyuan? This person is being sarcastic.
So what, the Pine of the Sea wasn't a spectacle?
Please do not misunderstand me, General Huaiyan. I was simply stating the truth. Master thought it would be inappropriate to keep you waiting, so she sent us here. Once she's finished with admiring the scenery, she'll personally come and apologize to the both of you.
Alright, so...
Drat, I forgot to ask Yun Li to return my sword. Unacceptable. Every sword is precious to me. If it weren't for the General's interference, I would have taught that shameless girl a lesson in swordplay. By the way, I don't know if it's just me, but the General seemed a little... reserved? Could it be because of Elder Huaiyan's visit?
Reserved? Really?
Maybe I'm just overthinking things.
No, you're not. When I entered the Palace of Astrum, I realized that the messenger from the Xianzhou Zhuming was actually the Arbiter General himself. So, the messenger from the Xianzhou Yaoqing must be the Merlin's Claw herself, I presume.
That's right.
Well, that's what makes this entire thing so unusual.
What's so unusual about it? They simply received an invitation from Jingyuan, just like the crew, right?
The war dance is just a small festival. And now we have 2 Arbiter Generals from other Xianzhou ships here. I'm afraid they're here for something more. Maybe they've come to hold Jingyuan accountable for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Hold him accountable? Come on, didn't the Luofu fall victim to the disciples of Sanctus Medicus and the Antimatter Legion? Why would they blame the victim?
Okay, at least they haven't forgot about him. They brought it up, but they have not sorted him out yet.
Don Shu's rebellion and Ventilia's scheming are merely one side of the story to the other Arbiter Generals of the Alliance. Only a single piece of incontrovertible evidence remains, creating an endless source of potential complications.
So then this is probably what they're doing to try and mend it by throwing in little bits here and there until we actually have until they actually decide to make a story about with Yasha, to fight Yasha, to go against the leaders of Sanctus Medicus, not the disciples, and actual seal the Stellaron that's underneath the tree. Right? Is that what's gonna happen in a later update after these scheduled ones? Something like that. Because I'm still waiting for it. And yeah, I might as well just say it as I'm here. As like I said with Firefly, they had one way, they broke it, tried to mend it, to go back to it. They had one way with this, it was going, then they broke it, now they're trying to mend it, I think, and then they'll go back to it in a later update. But the other thing that they also messed up was Penacony. It's supposed to be a prison planet owned by the IPC. IPC stationed there, which then they broke by turning it into a planet of festivities run by the Harmony family, and then they tried to fix it by having the IPC basically get back their prison planet back somehow. I don't know if it's fully sorted out yet, but they tried to buy it back or something, or get it back in the trade, something, I don't know. I don't know what they were doing, but as I say, 3 instances they made something, they broke it, and then tried to fix it in some kind of way. Can you not do this later on? Please! Because as I said, if you listen to the radio, you would have heard about Penacony, the prison planet. I heard that. And then it became the planet of festivities, which fucks everything up. And again, I know I should not keep doing this, but it's still annoying me when they do less.
The Ambrosial Arbor.
Yes. It's undeniable that the plague mark, which was subdued by the Xianzhou Luofu, has resurfaced. But was it really a conspiracy instigated by the Antimatter Legion? Or does it indicate a traitorous intent from within the Luofu, implicating Jingyuan himself?
So yeah, as I said, this is probably there trying to fix it to fix that issue. Which, as I said, is not going to be fully finished anytime soon.
Once the spark of suspicion is kindled, it proves hard to extinguish. The General must have had that in mind when he invited us to attend the war dance.
What was I thinking? Seriously, here I was looking forward to a carefree and enjoyable trip. But it seems wherever we go, drama is just around the corner.
Yeah, pretty much.
Aw, I was so excited. I thought those Arbiter Generals were just here to see the ceremony.
No.
By the way, I heard that an alchemist from the Juming diplomatic ship has arrived, and rumors say that she's to be the new Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu.
Oh yeah, I'm just also wondering something. The condition that Firefly has. I'm just wondering, if Firefly was brought here, and we had Bailu look at her, do you think she could come up with something to cure a disease? Cure a condition? I'm just wondering. Because you did recently try and get rid of it with a wish by going through Jade, but she didn't have enough to pay for it.
An alchemist from the Zhu Ming serving as the cauldron master on the Luofu? While it's not unheard of, the timing itself...
Thanks to your words, Mr. Dan Heng. Now I finally see the underlying tensions. The General is under tremendous pressure right now, but I was completely oblivious to his troubles. How naive of me.
Come on, don't think like that. Leave the adult matters to the adults. Even if you wanted to do something for the General, it's not like you can do anything. Did I say something wrong? Again?
Maybe?
Miss March is right. I don't have the skills to share the General's burdens at the moment. Still, I'll do my best to follow his instructions. Let's go. Once I've taken you to your accommodations, I need to go to the Artisanship Commission to handle the IPC's protest.
He looks like he has a lot on his mind. We can't just let him go alone. Why don't we accompany you to the Artisanship Commission?
This is too much trouble. While I appreciate your kindness, dealing with the IPC's workers could be tricky. I'm afraid this will cause trouble for the Express.
No worries. We're pretty experienced in dealing with the IPC. You've heard of the 10 Stone Hearts? We've dealt with quite a few of them, right?
Yeah. Jade, Adventurine, Topaz. Just those three right now.
Hey, who's bragging? Anyway, this time it'll just be a few ordinary IPC workers. Surely you don't think they'll be even trickier than Aventurine, do you?
Well, you don't know. We don't know what the rest of them are like.
Well, since you're willing to help, I won't decline your kindness. Let's head to the Artisanship Commission and meet them.
Oh wait, there is one more thing that they did set up, but never fell through because it never really... Because they got rid of it already soon, which was the bit with Duke Inferno. Duke Inferno and the 4 subordinates that he had. That never occurred. Never happened. We never dealt with them. Because Akron said that she already killed Duke Inferno. But I'm pretty sure we did. Didn't we have a phone call from one of them at some point somewhere? But nothing came through with that. Okay, so that's technically 4 things they built, but not followed through. They haven't even tried to start fixing it yet. The whole bit with... So anyway, Duke Inferno could probably be killed, probably. That's probably like already set in stone. But nothing was said with his 4 little minions that he had. They could have been saved somehow. And they're out for revenge against Akron for basically killing Duke Inferno. I don't know. So as I said, not 3, there's 4 things they built and not followed through properly. Or tried to fix after they screwed up. Yeah. So yeah, 4 things in total. Yeah, it just sort of took a little while to realise that. So we're going over here now. You know, I thought we were going to a hotel or somewhere. Weren't we?
Can I really reason with you Xianzhou people? I think I get it now. In your words, this is called looting a burning house, right?
But I am trying to reason with you here. Noise.
Okay, so what was this about?
After looking at the designs submitted by my apprentices, let's just say it wasn't good for my blood pressure.
Okay, fine, you do nothing. Were you gonna say something about this? Guess not.
That toxic voice sounds familiar. Haven't I heard it before in Aurum Alley?
You know what? This isn't my first time dealing with the Skyfaring Commission. I can handle your unreasonable ways. But straight up snatching IPC cargo, isn't that going a bit too far?
What, really?
Just as I've said it many times already. Once we've inspected the cargo and completed the security check, you can be on your way. Is there something wrong with your ears, or is it just your brain?
I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm thinking clear. And my answer is crystal clear. Not a chance. Keep detaining my cargo, and I'll file a complaint directly with your general. Don't think you can possibly convince me. Huh? Why are you here?
Isn't he?
You're staying on the Xianzhou, are you? What terrible luck. Wherever you go, disasters aren't far behind.
Aren't you the guest from the Astral Express? What brings you and Yanqing to the Artisanship Commission?
Well, we were supposed to be somewhere else, and then he comes here alone. I have no idea.
They're in trouble? No, it's me. I'm the one in trouble.
Hey, I just said I heard trouble.
Looks like you've met this IPC worker before. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. I was sent here to deal with the IPC protest, Miss Shikue. What's going on here?
As you know, this IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borisin and rescued by the Juming's diplomatic ship. Then the Cloud Knights were instructed to bring it back to the dock for repairs and inspections. And this is Mr. Scott, the person in charge of this transport ship.
Okay.
So, you're Scott. I've heard her mention you. Weren't you kicked off the Luofu before? Why did you come back?
He's a sucker for punishment.
Like I wanted to come back. I thought I'd just dock at the harbor for repairs and leave this forsaken place for good. Little did I know, as soon as the ship entered the harbor, a bunch of Cloud Knights showed up and snatched all our cargo from the hold.
What do you mean by snatched? I've told you 1,000,000 times. It's a security check.
Yeah, he doesn't get it.
Then why did you bring the cargo to the Artisanship Commission? You even brought in some shady craftsmen. It's obvious you're trying to steal the IPC's patented technology!
Listen here. Firstly, the Skyfaring Commission detected dangerous items that could possibly be weapons in your cargo hold. That's why they called me here, to double-check. Secondly, where the heck did you get the idea that I'm a shady craftsman?
Even if there are dangerous items, what do they have to do with you? It's not even being shipped to the Luofu. We'll just fix the ship and be on our way. We won't unload our cargo here.
But You'll have to stay in the port for several days before your ship is repaired and you can take off again. How can we just leave unchecked items sitting here?
I understand, but we don't need to disassemble the cargo if it's just a security check, right?
In most cases, we don't. However, our scans discovered that the cargo doesn't only contain machinery, but also some substance that resembles biological tissue.
Biological tissue? Does this crate contain living things?
I'm afraid we'll need to wait for the Alchemy Commission for further confirmation. In any case, according to our regulations, we need to unseal one of the crates for further examination. But this IPC specialist has been hindering us on the grounds of patent secrecy.
The Alliance's regulations on biological products are very strict. Without further inspection, there is no way for the Skyfaring Commission to release the cargo.
Oh, really? Fine! If anyone lays a finger on that shipment, they'll have me to deal with. It doesn't matter if it's mechanical or biological. It's none of your business. I'm filing a complaint against the Skyfaring Commission's ridiculous regulations.
Yeah, you do that.
This Mr. Scott seems stubborn and difficult to persuade. Honestly, I really don't want to have a vicious confrontation with the IPC. I heard how you helped Aramali. The IPC representative back then was Mr. Scott, right? Since you've dealt with him before, it looks like I'll have to rely on you again.
What are you guys whispering about over there? Just hurry up and give us back our cargo.
Alright. What? Nice and gentle. Ooh, what am I doing? Oh, persuading. Wait, can I actually do this properly?
As I recall, this guy won't listen to reason and can only be persuaded with intimidation. But he does seem to follow rules to some extent. Let's use that against him.
Okay.
Speaking of regulations, we have our own laws and regulations, too. According to Article 4 of the Xianzhou Alliance IPC Trade Consensus, the Alliance and IPC shall never infringe on each other's intellectual property rights.
Yeah, Start by making him feel comfortable and then go for the jugular. Right. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be doing this right, but...
I didn't expect to see you again, Mr. Scott. We had such fun in Arum Alley last time. It seems our paths are destined to cross once more.
Oh, oh, this is fun.
Stop pretending we're friends. If I could actually beat you, I'd punch you in the face. So, are you guys gonna resolve this problem? Or are you just gonna let this clown put on a show here?
Hey!
Let's just pretend we don't know her, Don Hung.
Hey, come on! March!
Even if we set aside the secrecy of intellectual property, these prototypes built by the Intelligentsia Guild are incredibly valuable, beyond your wildest imagination. If anything goes wrong, you won't be able to pay for it even with your lives.
I've got a brilliant idea. I'll just smash everything with my bat, and then you can hire someone to assess the damage. That way, your cargo won't need any inspection, right?
True.
Calm down. The General wants us to handle this peacefully.
Hey, this is the only way he understands.
So, this is the great idea you came up with? Fine. Why don't you just step over my lifeless body?
I'm losing.
Besides, The cargo on this transport vessel belongs to the Intelligentsia Guild. If you want to inspect the cargo, shouldn't you at least call in a member of the Intelligentsia Guild to be present?
Okay, I'm losing.
Since the Intelligentsia Guild entrusted the cargo to the IPC for transportation, it's the IPC's responsibility to ensure its safety, right? Why would you need a member of the Intelligentsia Guild to be present?
Let me tell you something. As stated in Article 17 of the IPC's Building Material Logistics Department Transport Agreement Law, subsequent to the dispatch of goods and during their transit, all risks, save for those pertaining to the transportation safety, shall be the sole liability of the consignor. Well, only protect the integrity of the goods and prevent anyone with ill intentions from getting their hands on them, for example.
Come on, I can make a counter argument, but you can.
As for whether the cargo itself poses a security threat to the destination, that's not our responsibility. It appears we have reached an area beyond your expertise, doesn't it? The complexity of legal studies are indeed challenging.
Can I redo this?
All right, that's enough. I'm not going to repeat myself 100 times. I thought you were reasonable and civilized, but now it seems you Xianzhou folks just don't understand the basics of business.
I had no idea what I was doing there.
We've signed a confidentiality and security agreement with the Intelligentsia Guild, and if we breach it, we'll have to pay a hefty sum. Even if we sold the souls of every employee in the marketing development department on this planet, it still wouldn't be enough to cover the costs. Listen up, kid. I don't mind delaying this transport for a few more days. Once the engines are repaired, our ship will leave immediately, and you won't have any reason to inspect the cargo.
If that's the case, I can assure you the Cloud Knights won't let your ship leave.
Oh, really? Then you'll receive a ton of complaints from the Intelligentsia Guild and the IPC's Marketing Development Department. You're too young. I don't think you understand the chaos your rash decision will cause.
Since you put it that way, Mr. Scott, I'll take it as your agreement to the inspection procedure. Now...
Not so fast, you little brat. According to the IPC regulations, I have the right to arm myself and protect the property on my transport ship.
I thought you were reasonable and civilized, but now it seems the IPC just wants to play by its own rules. My apologies, Mr. Scott.
Stop him, guys! For the Amber Lord! For the Amber Lord!
Alright, this makes things a lot easier, just fighting.
Enjoying your existence as unity. Until everything burns to ashes!
And let's just kick butt.
Let the show begin!
My friends? Indulge yourselves!
Get up, all of you! Why is the IPC even paying you? You're a bunch of losers!
So are you!
Just be grateful that that little brat showed you mercy. At least your staff aren't seriously injured. How do you IPC cronies have the audacity to fight Cloud Knights? You practically assaulted law enforcement officers.
Yeah.
Another one? Who the heck are you?
Your worst nightmare.
I may be a bit late, but the good news is, I'm here now. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lingsha, Cauldron Master and head of the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu.
Could she be?
Could she be what?
Yeah, she's the new Cauldron Master assigned here from the Xianzhou Ming.
Yeah, she just said that.
I received a report from the Artisanship Commission about cargo containing samples of unknown organisms. It said they needed help from the Alchemy Commission.
I had nothing better to do, so I came myself.
Oh.
It's fine, Mr. Scott. If you really don't want your cargo to be inspected, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter? How can you say that?
Let her finish.
Why are you being so nice all of a sudden? Well, since you're not going to check it, I'll take this crate and be on my way. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah, sure. Why should I object? Not only this sample, but all the goods on the transport ship are yours to keep. Like I said, we won't inspect them.
Wait a minute!
I know there's a but somewhere, but you keep jumping in.
Well, that's more like it. If only the young displayed a more reasonable attitude, we could have sidestepped that altercation just now. Our ship will leave in a few days once the engines are repaired.
Your ship can leave whenever you want, but I'm afraid I can't say the same for your cargo. According to the import and export regulations signed between the Xianzhou and IPC, all biological shipments can only leave the port when they have confirmed to be of no threat, or when all biological activity expires.
Ooh. So basically she's saying whatever's alive in there has to die first. Oh.
Since we can't determine if your shipment is safe for the environment, I guess we'll have to wait for its biological activity to expire. Let me check the previous cases. Normally, it'll only take around 47 star calendar years.
Only 47 years?
Why so surprised? You're still young and full of energy. I'm pretty sure you'll live a few more decades. Have some confidence in yourself.
Oh, I just like her. She's saying, yeah, fine, we don't have to, but it has to stay. It has to stay here until whatever's alive in there is dead. Oh, I just love her attitude.
Ha! Typical of a long-life species. Your words are dripping with sarcasm. While you may not care about time, I do. I'll be demanding double compensation from the Skyfaring Commission for every minute wasted.
Sure thing, Mr. Scott. You seem pretty confident that your career and life will last long enough to witness this victory unfold.
Oh. Did she just threaten his life there?
Step aside, guys. Let them do the inspection.
Yeah, I want to be gone. I want to be done.
But, Mr. Scott...
Come on, we're already in enough trouble. Just let them do the security inspection. And if needed, I can always grovel before the Intelligentsia Guild later. I'm just using my head for what it's apparently good for, right?
A mouthpiece.
Well, honestly, at least you're not as annoying as that woman.
Wait, talk about her. She's a lot. I love her. I like her.
Just get on with the inspection. Don't act all chummy with me now that you've got your way.
Yeah, I know I tried, but for some reason it didn't work.
This lady is really something else. Is this the IPC product?
Listen up. Any damages caused by inspections will be filed with the IPC.
It's alive.
Turn it on.
Yeah, that is not good. I didn't think it was gonna be something like that. Terror grip.
Well, how unexpected. That was a surprise.
Alright, same as always.
Existence
You
of
play.
unity.
Until everything burns to ashes!
Yeah, they always do. I make a team that
Dreams
works
do come
with my character at this moment in time, and that's what I do.
Attack detected.
No, it might not be any good for
All will
anyone
be
else,
swept
but
away
it's how
by
I
the
play.
wind.
Set the seas ablaze!
So, yeah.
Let the show begin.
My friends? Indulge yourselves!
Bye.
Were you seriously planning to leave this stuff unchecked at the dock for days? That's way too dangerous.
Yeah.
I had no idea about it. You must have accidentally triggered the cargo's defense program.
All she did was knock on it.
I don't think trying to shift the blame is a wise choice.
True.
But seriously, I don't know why that thing suddenly started moving. I swear on the Amber Lord.
Enough. Miss Shikwe, please escort our IPC guest to the Skyfaring Commission.
I'm on it. Please follow me, Mr. Scott.
Someone's in trouble.
Gentlemen, our preliminary inspection shows that there is indeed hidden biological tissues inside. Just like the craftsman feared. I can't even tell if it's ingenium or biological in nature.
The core of this device is what they call wetware in industry slang. To put it simply, this machine operates with a kind of biological nerve as its control center.
So, what does that mean?
I'll take some samples for the alchemist to analyze and figure out where the biological tissue comes from.
Why would the Intelligentsia Guild use such unethical technology? Perhaps they're trying to create a new weapon?
Yeah. Wonder if we can actually speak to Dr. Ratio about this. Because he's with that guild, so he should know something, right?
Whatever the reason is, it's probably why the Borison attacked the ship. No wonder the IPC were trying to obstruct our inspection. I'll contact the Ten Lords Commission and ask the judges to come and give their final verdict on this. According to our rules, all prisoners and weapons involving dangerous creatures must be taken to the shackling prison for further sentencing. After all, it's the safest place on the Luofu. As for you, Mr. Craftsman, please go with the Cloud Knights and explain the situation to the judge. I had a feeling that the IPC members would cause trouble, but I didn't think they'd be this tricky. Thanks for your help, Miss Linksha.
I should thank you for saving my life. Your sword skills were impressive. Taking down that big guy.
Hey, he did nothing. It was all us.
I thought the General's retainers were all burly martial masters. I didn't expect Yenqing to be so...
Yeah, and this is why I do not like story stuff like this, which doesn't use who is here, but your actual team that you set up. This is something I just don't like. If it like brought all this to trial characters where we use him, March, me, and Dan Heng, then that would have been better. It would actually, this bit would actually make sense.
Can't argue with that. As for you, you must be the guests from the Astral Express, right? Saving the Luofu from that crisis. It's so impressive.
Aw, go on.
It wasn't a big deal. Really.
It's still early, so why don't we get some tea at the Alchemy Commission? We can discuss your suggestions for revitalizing the commission.
I'd be happy to accept your invitation.
And you three are coming too, right?
Huh? We're coming? Weren't we supposed to go to a hotel? Hey? Weren't we? Alright, fine. I'll go, you happy? Though, yeah.
I'm here to pay my respects to the
As
new
I say,
Honkai
that is just something I just do not particularly like in these gacha games. Is that story, yeah, give trial characters, but when there's actual combat outside of the story, we have our team. Within the story, we get trial characters for said story. Even though, yes, I know, would probably kind of make it a little bit easier. Or, at least, give us the option where we can use the trial characters or our actual team. Either way, make it easier for newcomers who haven't got a strong team, so the story can actually be done. That would make things a lot easier. Even though basically a gacha game story is never hard anyway. So, yeah.
Nice.
But still. Still feel it kind of
All
stupid.
these years, and the view at the Alchemy Commission hasn't changed a bit. The tides come and go, but the ancient sea remains the same. For us Vidyadhara, there's nothing more nostalgic than our homeland.
You're a Luofu native, Miss Lingsha?
Yes, I grew up here, listening to the sound of waves while researching prescriptions with my mentors and peers at the Alchemy Commission.
And yet this is the first time we're meeting you.
It's kind of sad, isn't it? Everything changes, but somehow remains familiar. Just like you, Dan Heng, I traveled far from home, and now I've returned. Seeing the familiar scenery brings back a hint of nostalgia.
Okay, so that explains that you weren't here.
The view here would be even better without the ambrosial arbor.
Oh, really? I think that towering tree looks pretty impressive.
Yeah, still on that with the stellar one that's underneath it yet.
Even if it's impressive, it's a plague mark. The Xianzhou have been fighting abominations for thousands of years. And now that the ambrosial arbor has been reborn, it's only natural for everyone to feel uneasy.
So the stellar one basically brought it back to life.
Well, once a seed is planted, no matter how long it takes, it'll eventually sprout and bear fruit. In my humble opinion, the rebirth of the ambrosial arbor and the resurgence of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were inevitable.
The seed was already planted when the ancestors of the Xianzhou sought immortality.
Yeah, and now we just have to follow through with this story and get the power of abundance. And then find the real Tin Young and bring her back to life. That's all we need to do.
My bad. Well, since you went through the entire Ambrosial Arbor crisis firsthand, Dan Heng and Lieutenant Yan Qing, I'd like to discuss something with you.
What would you like to discuss, Miss Linksha?
I was lucky enough to be chosen by the Alliance to come in and clean up all the old grime in the Alchemy Commission.
Yeah, good way, fancy way of putting it.
Honestly, the Alchemy Commission is riddled with problems and has reached a point where fixing it seems impossible. I'm looking to remedy this problem, but was wondering if you could provide any insights.
So basically you're gonna wipe the slate clean and then start fresh, right?
Well, even though I'm a Vidyadharan like you, I'm an outsider, just like my companions here. I can't really say much about a remedy, but I do have a piece of advice, Miss Linksha. The Vidyadhara and the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu have always been intricately connected. If you cannot distance yourself from these ties, Miss Linksha, changing the situation within the Alchemy Commission may be quite challenging.
I may not know about politics, but I do know that the disciples of Sanctus Medicus have been operating within the Alchemy Commission for years. If you're determined to root them out, maybe you should discuss it with the General.
I see. Thank you for your valuable insights. While the Lux Arrow from the Rainbow possesses unparalleled power to sever the Ambrosial Arbor, it can't sever mortals' desire to prolong their existence. Just like how the Cloud Knights can eliminate the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but are unable to calm the hearts and minds of the people within the Alchemy Commission.
Wait, you say that, but they don't do it, do they? They're waiting for us to show up, aren't they?
Our Xianzhou forebears knew this well, and that's why they entrusted the duty of guarding the roots of the Arbor to the Vidyadhara. However, the Vidyadhara are still only mortal beings.
So basically you say now, would that mean there was a Vidyaria? Well, whatever. It was one of them that put the Stellaron underneath that tree. Yes, I'm still going back to it because that's what happened. Back then, wasn't it? That's what made the tree come back to life. A Stellaron was planted underneath it. And if the Vidyaria are the only ones allowed there, it must be one of them that did it. Well, not must be, it has to be.
30 years ago, my mentor served as Alchemy Commission's Cauldron Master. She recognized the emerging undercurrents and sought to cleanse the source of the disturbance. Unfortunately, even though she was skilled in the art of healing, she didn't understand the human heart or how to eliminate the sickness lurking within the depths of the Alchemy Commission. In the end, she was framed and exiled to the Juming. I was also implicated and had to leave the Luofu.
But now you're allowed back.
And guess who arbitrated the case and handed down the sentence? None other than General Jing Yuan himself.
So are you holding a grudge?
What?
You heard it right. The ones responsible for the corruption in the Alchemy Commission are not just the remnants of the disciples of Sanctus Medicus, but even the Divine Foresight himself.
Oh, that's something bad to hear. Did you know about this?
Alas, why is your face turning pale, Yanqing? Don't worry about it. I understand that when someone holds a position of power, they may sometimes have to make tough decisions. I won't hold any personal grudges against him. Besides, at our age, holding personal grudges is a luxury we can't afford.
Lingsha, you're back! Ugh, I've been waiting ages for you.
Hi.
Yunli! Why aren't you with your grandpa? What brings you to the Alchemy Commission? Well, let me take this opportunity to introduce you to Yanqing.
Yeah, they already met.
What a small world.
You stole my sword. Give it back.
I see. Let's skip the introduction part then.
Yeah, because they already know each other.
Why do I keep bumping into you? Are you stalking me or something?
No, it should be the way around because you always show up when we are somewhere.
Of course not. Unlike you, Miss Yunli, I have important things to take care of. You, on the other hand, seem to have all the time in the world to wander around without returning my sword.
Grandpa used to say that a sword reflects its master. I talked to your sword, and it told me that you've been distracted. You hesitate when you should strike, and you struggle to stay calm when your sword is unsheathed.
Okay, so basically what she's doing now, talking with the sword and all that, it reminds me of something in an anime I'm watching. Shy, that Shinobi princess, sword heart skill that she's got to communicate with a sword that tells, well, it's only her sword after someone else has held it. And then when she gets it back, the sword tells her everything about that person. But she can do that with any sword, not just the one. As she can. So it's kind of the same. Yeah.
Now that I see you again, I realize your sword was right. It wasn't me who took your sword. It was you who lost focus.
Do you really expect me to believe that nonsense? I've been taking it easy on you because you're a guest from the Juming. But you're not taking the hint. Don't people from the Juming know you're supposed to return what you've borrowed?
Return what you borrowed, but keep what you stole, right? But she's keeping what she stole. When did she borrow it?
Just look at this flying sword. Even if I gave it back to you now, it'd just be taken away again in a few hours. You know the Cloud Knight saying, a Cloud Knight must never let slip their weapon, yes? Well, sure, I can give it back to you now, but on the battlefield, that's a whole different story. Poor flying sword.
Did you even say that last bit?
Fine! You don't have to give it back, because I'll take it back myself!
Fight, 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 fight!
Between these two, who do you think is tougher, Dan Heng? Don't get me wrong. I'm just curious.
Get ready to separate them.
What were you about to say then? It's not even said down there either.
It is my first day at the Alchemy Commission. A brawl is definitely not how I imagine celebrating it.
Well, since you don't approve, I won't draw my sword here. I didn't mean it in that way. Since you've already drawn your swords, you'd be disappointed if you didn't get to test one another, right? I've received reports that the delves near the Alchemy Commission are still infested with abominations. Seems like my predecessors left quite a mess. So, if you two want to determine who's better, why not focus on them instead of each other?
Okay. Contest.
Clearing out some abominations? Sounds boring.
It's the Cloud Knight's duty to eliminate those abominations. You don't have to ask me twice, Miss Lingsha. I'll help you get rid of them.
Oh, you think you're the only one who knows how to behave? If Lingsha needs anything, I'll gladly draw my sword and help her out.
Yes, but you just turned it down, didn't you?
It's so heartwarming to see both of you being so sweet and caring. So then, shall we get going?
Chop chop.
Ever since the disciples of Sanctus Medicus were eradicated, their experimental abominations have been festering here.
They haven't been eradicated. Because they're still lingering about. You even said they are, or it's been said they're still in the Alchemy Commission. You don't know where, but they're still there. Haven't eradicated them.
If you want a contest, I'll be the referee. The one who kills the most abominations within an hour wins.
Lingsha, as always, you're still an expert in making unpaid work sound so noble and grand.
Oh, she must have a talent for it.
It's for your own good, little Yunli. While you desire to compete against each other, I don't want to see either of you getting hurt.
That's really thoughtful of you, Cauldron Master.
So, are you both ready?
Alright.
Ugh. Looks like my predecessors left quite a mess. Let me say it again. The one who kills the most abominations within an hour wins. Be careful when you draw your swords, and make sure you don't hurt each other.
Can we start now, Lingsha?
How many can you block?
Oh, I can't do all play on this. No fair.
The sword is like water. It cannot remain still.
Oh, come on, my... See, this is what I'm saying. This would have been better if we had the trial characters of everybody here. But no, you got rid of my healer. Just to put him in. Honestly.
Bladed flight!
Eternal.
Sam in position.
Attack!
Rhythm get messed up.
Ah, wait, no, wrong one.
Like fireflies, until everything burns to ashes!
Yeah, I know, I did it a bit late.
Set the seas ablaze! I didn't expect someone who can't even hold on to a sword to actually have some skill.
fine. No, should have paid. Start doing things. Not that way.
Strike with heart.
Descend to earth.
Everybody down.
Let's improvise.
Every petal in life's all will be swept away by the wind.
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin.
And
I'll catch up.
This is more than a battle.
Fight to live!
nuke him.
How many can you block?
Yeah, that one.
I will claim victory for myself.
Set the seas of
I will nuke you all to death.
Still the same way. Dreams do come true.
Time for swordplay.
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin.
through clouds.
Yeah, she's always gonna be underneath us, isn't she?
Joining the battle. Detonate.
Stay in step.
How many can you block?
I don't know, as many as it takes, right?
Sam in position.
Grace and
No,
elegance.
come on! I thought that would be enough. You suck.
Time for swordplay. Strike with heart.
Enjoying yourself?
Attack detected.
Right, so
Every petal in life's garden,
do that and then that.
all will be swept away by the wind.
Practice is over. Swords descend.
Yeah, finish you off.
Like fireflies to a
Now
flame,
I can go.
life begets until everything
Burns to ashes.
fight.
Nuke him!
Descend to earth.
There's more to life.
How many can you block?
Okay, so are we almost done yet?
Firefly Type 4 in position.
Set the seas ablaze.
Rhythm get messed up.
We're done.
I win, Miss Yun Li.
Don't act like a child.
You got lucky. Why don't you just give me back my sword, sincerely apologize, and then go cry your eyes out to your grandpa?
Seriously, you're acting like a child.
Consider yourself lucky that I'm not interested in your rusty sword, as I don't have the nasty habit of snatching other people's weapons.
All you did was chop down a few monsters. Don't get carried away with yourself. If you think you can just take this sword from my hand, go ahead and try.
Ooh. Well, eventually they still get to fight. Oh.
Well fought, my young friends.
Seriously, she just walks in going, nope, nope. Stop this right now.
However, both of you have shortcomings. One of you focuses on dodging and weaving, while the other relies on brute strength, trying to take down targets with a single strike.
Yeah. One's looking for a quick advantage. The other one's looking for a quick fight.
Who are you?
Me? I'm just a patient seeking medicine from the Alchemy Commission. A passerby, if you will.
Yeah. No, you're not. Stop lying.
I thought I'd see my fill of impressive fights during the war dance. Yet here I am, able to witness a remarkable fight at the Alchemy Commission, of all places. Well, the Luofu is never short of surprises. However, I have a small suggestion for you. Why don't you settle this dispute fair and square in the war dances ring? That way, you can resolve your differences with a proper duel and put your grudges behind you.
See, wasn't that already said?
Grudges? No, not at all. Yunli and we were just sparring.
No, you weren't.
Sparring? You summoned your flying swords and she swung her sword with full strength. No grudges between you. I don't believe it.
And you can dodge something, block something like that with just your fingers.
Aha! What brings you here, Lady Fei Xiao? Have you finished your health consultation with the Dragon Lady?
Fei Xiao? Grandpa always talks about you. Could it be that you're...
The Merlin's Claw of the Xianzhou Yaoqing?
Oh, also is this who Genuine was talking about?
Looks like I'm quite famous on the Xianzhou Luofu, too.
Of course. Everyone has heard of the great general. Known to all, and unbeknown to none.
I don't know her.
Great general. Isn't that title a bit too narcissistic? I don't like it.
The vanquishing general. Oh, why not call her that? Not the great general.
Ooh, I heard there's a dozing general on the Luofu, so I came up with a humble nickname for myself. The Lacking General. Lacking in worries, regrets, and rivals. Sounds much better, right?
Yeah, that's a befitting title that sounds both humble and impressive.
So yeah, just imagine it if we got her instead of Yunli, or whatever her name is, Yuli. Wouldn't that have been a better unit? Because I've also heard that she's not really that good of a unit anyway, so...
Now that the sparring session is over, Yanqing and Yunli, shouldn't you politely thank General Fei Xiao for her guidance and bury the hatchet?
Yeah.
Here's your sword. Keep it safe. Or it might get taken away again. By the way, we haven't settled the score yet. I'll defeat you fair and square next time we fight.
Good, you do that.
This is how she apologizes? Now that I finally got my sword back, I should report to the seat of divine foresight. I'll take my leave, General Fei Xiao.
Why did he say that very quietly?
Oh, by the way, Miss Linksha, if you've got some free time, I'd like to invite you to the seat of divine foresight for a chat with General Jingyuan. I think there's more to those personal grudges you mentioned earlier.
Thanks for stepping in, General Fei Xiao. Otherwise, I'd have had to knock them out with my incense.
Well, that would be good too.
Not at all. Just doing what you asked. How about we call it even as payment for the healer lady's consultation?
I quote them, I don't have to pay.
Sorry, but even a general needs to pay their bills. We don't do credit here. And let's not forget, you'd have been waiting decades for a chance to see the Dragon Lady if it weren't for me.
Oh, you pulled strings. But still, I would want her more than anything.
Well, you can always send the bill to the seat of divine foresight and say it's for mentoring those kids. After all, it was quite the effort splitting them up. I nearly had to get tough. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to find a spot and get some fresh air.
More tough than just your fingers? I want to see what more tough is. How strong is she? I want to know. I want her as a unit.
Back already? You've met with Jing Yuan and wandered around for a few hours. So, what do you think?
It appears that the Divine Foresight is using this war dance as a show of strength to convince everyone that the Luofu is prospering after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis.
Yeah, and the crisis hasn't fully been settled yet.
But... I know you're going to say but, right?
She knows there's a but.
But the influx of people attending the war dance is like a breeding ground for disorder and rumors. One wrong move, and the Luofu could be in a world of chaos.
The Cloud Knights on the streets remain vigilant, so at the very least, General Jing Yuan is aware of this. As for other matters, I'm unable to say.
I'd prefer to be excused from future meetings with generals. I'm just a military healer. And now all of a sudden I'm thrust onto the center stage having cordial chats with two generals?
A military healer which it follows the path of nihility that doesn't heal. Right?
My work doesn't lend itself to being in the limelight either.
Just stop whining. At least you're in one piece, right?
Or does he heal? I just can't remember. Well, then again, you can be a healer but follow a different path, can you?
Before getting in touch with General Jing Yuan, I wanted to put aside my assumptions and see his momentum. That includes the overall bearing of the Cloud Knights on the street, what people are saying, and how those close to him behave.
The might of an army dwells not within its pawns, but within the force of its collective momentum. Recognizing this fact reveals the true measure of power. Thanks for enlightening me, General.
A perfectly clear statement turned confusing thanks to your translation. You've made me lose where I was now. Anyway, this is how I operate in battle, so you might as well get used to it.
Okay, I want to know what element you have and what weapon do you use. And then hopefully in the next update we can actually get you as a unit, because I want you. I so want you.
Are you treating General Jingyuan as your enemy?
The longest-serving general of the Xianzhou Luofu. Do you think he'd have only a few enemies?
By the way, General, you met the healer lady, yes? Could you show me the medicine she prescribed you?
Who is biologically related to Danhang? The only video that has a child. Well, child from Danhang, but yeah, but... Well, no, child from Imbibitor. But... I don't know, would you say cousins to... Technically like a cousin to Danhang? Would you say that? That's what you got from the story, right? Oh, that's what I picked up.
Well, the healer lady couldn't do anything about my condition. She just told me to enjoy some tasty food.
So not even the famed healer lady could help? Don't worry. I'll fulfill my promise and find a way to cure you. Actually, I've found some leads.
Why? What? What illness does she have?
Well, life and death, Jiao Chou. It's all predetermined. Upon starting my military career, I made a pledge that the rest of my life would be dedicated to being the Xianzhou spearhead, hunting down the abominations of abundance till the end of my days. As long as I can fulfill that deep-seated desire, I don't care how long I live. You asked if I view General Jingyuan as my enemy. No. My real enemy has always been myself.
In what way, though?
Enjoy some tasty food. So, what's for dinner tonight?
Let's go back to what's for dinner.
Jeez. You really know how to read the room, don't you?
You guys figure it out for yourselves. I'm due to catch up with an old war friend I've not seen for quite a long time.
Who's that gonna be? Yukong? Right?
Hey! Was that the Yaoqing general who just dropped in out of nowhere? Oh, she's so awesome! I mean, when Yun Li swung that massive sword, she just casually blocked her attack with ease.
Mine too.
Yeah. But to go up against Yun Li is quite impressive, you know? That aura of heroism heroism and grace. It almost makes me want to learn Xianzhou swordplay.
Oh, and this is probably the start of her little journey into swordplay.
You think so too, right?
Hey, I already have a bat. Does that count?
I agree. General Fei Xiao is indeed impressive.
I was talking about Yanqing, actually.
Thanks for the kind words, Miss March. The war dance is coming up, and I've been chosen to represent the Cloud Knights in the ceremony. I've had my fair share of defeats lately, and even though I know there are always more skilled swordmasters out there, seeing General Fei Xiao's skills today has made me feel a bit uneasy again.
Don't underestimate yourself. After all, generals won't fight in the ring during the war dance. Just remember the state of mind you had when you single-handedly took on me and Blade, putting life and death aside. With that mindset, you can prevail against most challengers.
Yeah, well, his sword hit you. He was distraught while you reverted back to your previous self. So, did that actually what happened? Because I'm pretty sure he was kind of worried when his sword hit Dan Heng, right? Stabbed him. Yeah, whatever.
I see. Thanks for the advice, Master Dan Heng. By the way, now that today's events are over, General Jing Yuan wants to invite all of you to the Seat of Divine Foresight. He has something important to discuss.
I bet it's about how to deal with the generals from the Yao Qing and the Zhu Ming.
I really don't want to get caught up in grown-up games so soon. I just hope Generals Fei Xiao and Huaiyan can see the truth. We don't need any more chaos on the Luofu before the war dance.
Yeah. But I think all that will be left until, well, tomorrow. Next day. Well, either way. Because I think I've gone long enough. And, yeah. Pretty good so far. We met some people. We got brought back to Luofu. We met a lot of people. People I say should have been the banners. Well, I would have liked the banners, but
Noise.
Then again, we better get them soon. The Fox General woman. I know we just went through her name and I can't remember it. We better get her in the next lot of banners, polls. We better get her.
Noise.
I know this one and the next one's already been settled. But we better get her. If we're not, I believe we have some words Hoyoverse. Bring out characters that people want. Because I don't think anyone wants these characters right now that you bring out in this patch, this update. So yeah, do it. But yeah, that's gonna be it. So yeah, I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was fun. And yeah. Okay. Bye.